Virtually every man I know is henpecked. That's henpecked. Right. You heard me correctly. We're frightened of women. We won't admit it because we're not supposed to admit we're frightened of anything, much less women, but we are. We're afraid of them. And the most courageous man who ever spoke on this topic was a genuine tough guy. And he was tough enough to admit, I'm scared to death of my wife. His name was Rocky Graziano. He was as tough as they come. He grew up in the toughest section of the country in New York. I think it was the East Side. Always fighting. Loved to fight. He actually enjoyed fighting. Became a middleweight champion of the world. Beat the toughest guy in the world, Tony Zale from Chicago. But Graziano had the courage to admit that he was afraid of his wife. How many men will admit that? We're obedient to our woman. We're afraid of our woman. We need permission from our woman to do things. Oh dear, may I play softball with my friends, my old friends this weekend? May I please? Why are you asking her? Suppose she says no. You're not going to do it? Are you serious? You need permission? Men, for some reason, just can't stand up to women. And women don't realize it. They don't realize how much power they have. They tend to be bullies. The woman I've seen. How does a woman, tell me something, how does a woman kick her husband out of the house? How does she do that? I know martial artists who were kicked out of their house by their woman, their wives. How does a woman evict a man? That house is at least half his. How does she evict him from the house? Oh, yes, dear. You don't want me living here? I'll go. I'll go, dear. I'll leave. For you, I'll leave because I'm afraid. And this is, my mother used to say that. My mother was a great philosopher. She used to say, men can't stand it. They can't bear when women are angry at them. That's all a woman has to do, is be angry at a man. And they fall to pieces. How correct she was. We can't stand it. There were so many ways in which they don't have to say a word, really. They could just ignore you. That's unbearable for a man. They can, well, another thing a woman can do is kick you out of the bedroom. How does she do that? How does she accomplish that? That bed's not yours? Well, we're afraid to sleep in the same bed with an angry woman. And there's so many ways for a woman to show their anger and to make you fearful of her. She likes to slam doors, slam cupboards, throw things, anything. It could be a washcloth. And you see her doing that, and you fall apart. Could be a piece of paper here. Now, a piece of paper against the table makes a lot of noise. She's angry. And you're going to go for that? You're going to melt because someone's angry at you? Your wife? Well, let's deal with that further, okay? Let's look for some solutions to the problems of an angry wife and men's inability to cope therefrom. Okay?